One of the things that actually concerns me, let's look at this tax reform that we have going on right now. Things are totally different than the way that people actually expect them. So when the Trump administration actually passed their tax reforms, I don't want to say it threw off a lot of things, but it caused some things to change that we were so used to from previous administrations. So, for example, the standard deduction it actually has doubled for people who are single like myself. So it's gone up from like $6,000 to $12,000. I believe for a family that has kids, it's gone up from like $12,000 to $24,000. So your standard deduction has actually raised. It has actually changed itself. So when people are putting in their other deductions, if their total number of deductions does not go above that $12,000 to $24,000 threshold, it actually affects their tax return. Another thing that people don't realize is this. When they changed the tax table, the withholding table also changed itself. So therefore, if people did not necessarily adjust their withholding to where it absolutely needed to be, they could actually end up finding out that they might actually owe the federal government money this year. And research has shown, it's been a report that, actually it's the IRS that said this, that tax returns are down 8% this year, or refunds are down 8% this year as compared to last year. And so that has given people a lot of cause, a lot of concern. So, you're going to have some people who are questioning, well, is it so much the tax reform that President Trump's administration actually put in place, or was it some of the policies from the Obama administration that are now starting to trickle down? So, that's actually one of the things that's starting to worry a lot of people. I can tell you from a personal standpoint, because I do my taxes myself, not to brag or anything like that, but my refund is actually down this year from what it was last year. Now, I kind of prepared myself for that, kind of doing my research and knowing exactly what actually was going to happen. But there's going to be some people who they're going to be really surprised when they found out that their refund is going to be a lot less this year than it was last year, or in even worse cases, they might actually end up owing the IRS money instead of getting money back from the IRS. Yeah, just kind of something to think about just a little bit. Also, let's look at some news from a state standpoint, and really local right here in Columbia. Allen Benedict Award. That is, first and foremost, it's just a big tragedy. When you have two people who lost their lives, people are talking about whether or not the Columbia Housing Authority was neglecting their duties, excuse me, and it seems in some instances that they indeed were. We have a lot of people now starting to come out of the woodworks, as we like to say, and they're starting to file lawsuits saying that of negligence. Well, we put this work order in, and it was supposed to be done, and it said that it was fixed, but indeed it absolutely was not fixed, and people have been displaced. It's not really a good look for the Columbia Housing Authority, and so I'm really interested to see how this is actually going to go beyond the local government. I'm wondering how Richland County is going to respond to this. More so, I'm wondering how the state of South Carolina is going to respond to this, because I can see some sweeping reforms for this as far as our credibility and accountability when you have public housing projects. Something just to think about. I'll tell you this. Doyhae Elite News is going to become that news source that people are going to want to go to for anything that they absolutely want to know. We're going to come in, we're going to bring a different, fresh perspective from our community. Everybody has their own perspective, but we're going to come, we're going to bring you the truth, we're going to bring it to you live, we're going to bring it to you fresh, and we're going to answer those burning questions that you absolutely might have. There's not going to be any smokes and mirrors, there's not going to be any screens. We're going to come straight at you, and we're going to give you exactly what it is that you need to know so that you can become educated and go out into your community and make your community a better place.